Hi all, welcome to this online Smash event. My name's Wade Bell and it's a real pleasure today to have a chat to Manu and Sumit down in Canterbury. We're going to hear a little bit about their story and their journey to farm ownership. But before we kick into their story, just want to recognise and acknowledge our sponsors as usual. Obviously we can't do any of these events either online or in person without them. So they're there on screen, but to Dairy NZ, MPI, Balance, New Zealand Grazing Company, LIC, FMG, BNZ, Barenbrug, and Pioneer, of course, really thank them for their ongoing support. And for those that are listening in and if you've got the odd question and you want to pop it up in the chat, feel free to do so. I'll try and pick those up as we go, but really want to get into the conversation with you guys around you've got a really super interesting story and pathway to ownership, but and over a relatively short time frame too. I think I tallied up there about 14 years. So welcome, Manu, Sumit. Great to have you online joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Real pleasure.
No, thank you.
Very good. So look, I guess to kick it off, I'm really interested. You obviously came to New Zealand and started your career here in dairy. What drew you here in the first place? What was the attraction? I might go to you first, Manu.
So I finished my study in agriculture back in India. So after that, I want to study I just want to study higher study, and I came to New Zealand just to study horticulture. So in Auckland, so I went to my PG diploma in horticulture over there. So in the start plan, our plan we didn't have much interest about the dairy farming in New Zealand because we don't know what's in there. But while we were studying my horticulture course, we used to go to the work in the orchard, and then we used to see the bigger dairy farms and too many cows. We say, oh wow. So then we came to know how many farms how many cows one farm is milking. So then we started to search on the YouTube video and what's about dairy farming in New Zealand, and that's really attracted us. And I think after 6 months I came to New Zealand. Sumit came to New Zealand just to study business management. And so after studying I completed my study, and I was looking for a job, and I thought I might give a dairy farming a go and see how it goes. So I applied for the job on Trade Me, and I got my job in Payatua, Tararua region, as a farm assistant. So so I worked there for 6 months. Then our farm manager left us, and farm owner was looking for a new worker. So then Sumit, he gave interview, and he got the job, and we both work on the same farm. Then we have started years.
And Sumit, you came over came to New Zealand like shortly after? Have I got the order right here?
No, only after 6 months, Manu. So he came in 2010, or just came in early 2011. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yep. And then have you? So you got into, maybe just talk us through a little bit, and I might come to you on this one, Sumit. But kind of, I guess, pulled your resources a little bit in terms of with share milking jobs and working together. To talk us through how that kind of, I guess, came about, and sort of what the roles were that kind of kicked off your dairy career.
Yeah. So as Manu said before, firstly he got the job in 2011, and after only 4 months I joined him on the same farm. And that was towards the end of the season in 2011. And the farm owner, Andrew and Monica Arbuthnot, they owns about 3 farms, just joined all together over the boundary. And they offered us a job and one of their farm is 300 cow as a contract milking. And so we took over that. Manu moved on to that one, and I'll keep working under Andrew and managing the farm. So we did that for 2 years, and Andrew and Monica, they said we are doing really well, and they want us, and we want to grow, and they gave us another opportunity to 50-50 share making on one of their 300 cow farm called Jesford. So we just buy our own herd on the farm, and so I moved down there on that farm, and Manu was looking after another 2 farms that were under contract milking. And
so
we
how many
did that
cows
for
how many cows are we talking at that point, Summit? Like we've
at that point altogether it was only 730 cows.
780 cows.
Yeah. And so we did that for 2 years, run those 3 farms, 2 as a contract milking, and 1 300 cow farm as a 50.
Oh, might have lost you there, Summit, but I might pick you up. There's Manoj, just to continue that on around the counter.
So we took that farm for a couple of years as a one farm as a 50-50 share milker and 2 farm as a contract milker. So and in 2018, then we were working on a farm. Then our farmer in Tararua district, he advertised for a share milking job, 480 cows farm. So we look at the job. I said, I discussed with Sumit. I said, we should apply for, but we thought, first we need to discuss our current farm owner, whether they will allow us to take another share milking job. And we both talked with our previous farm owner, and he said, no, please, I'm happy for you. Just go and apply. If you need any help, please let me know. I will help you guys. So that was really surprised us. He let us to apply for the job.
Yeah.
So
that was added, essentially another 50-50 share milking job added to what you had.
We already had three farms. So when we took over that 50-50, they were running 4 farms. 4 little farms.
Yes.
So we did. We did that for 3 years, and that was did it for 2 years, and it was too much juggling between the 4 farms. So we both decided, what if we just keep focusing on our 50-50 share milking jobs, the 2 we originally had, and just leave the contract milking job and focus on building our herd. So we discussed with the farm owner, and they were happy enough. And so we just dropped those contract milking jobs and just focus on our 50-50 share milking job. And we did that for 2021 before we came down to Canterbury.
Yeah, and before we jumped down to Canterbury, there was a little bit of other stuff going on with diversifying investment. I think you got into property and other.
So while we were 50-50 share milking or contract milking, we always like to keep investing our money somewhere rather than sitting in the bank. So we were just firstly we bought a farm house in Palmerston North, and we owned it and did a bit of a renovation, and we sell it when we took on our second share milking job. So it works quite well. And after in 2022 we took on another house and subdivide it and sell it, and so we made a fair bit of money over there. And we also bought a 20-hectare block in Pahiatua just to rooting calves and doing some winter grazing, and it worked quite well. It was sort of halfway between our both the jobs, so it worked quite well. And just to investing in somewhere, building the equity, and it was the right time as well.
Yes.
Like we grew quite a bit of equity by investing those sort of money at that time.
Yeah, nice. And so we move sort of fast forward to the back end, or the last sort of 4 or 5 years, if you like. So Canterbury decided to make the move to Canterbury. What was the attraction there? Was it scale, or was it opportunity, or both, or what was the driver there?
Yeah, and like in 2021 when we went to the Dairy Industry Award, so we were lucky enough to get the national award, and that was the time we want to grow, and we were just looking for a scale is better for us if we both been on the same farm, on a larger farm, and we both like working together instead of staying on a little farm. So we're just looking for a scale, and we just keep hunting. And luckily, we were lucky that we managed to get a job for Richard and Chrissy, and on a 2100 cow farm in mid Canterbury, Mount Summer. So that make us come to Canterbury, and 3 years ago.
Yeah. And when you were so obviously very successful through the Dairy Industry Awards, which congratulations on that for a few years back. But What were you looking for with that? Was it just that kind of really that opportunity to have something that's of scale, that you could both work in the business, continue to kind of pool your resources the way you have, and really accelerate your growth? Was that it, or were you more looking for getting on board and in line with the right people, right? Or was
it was like it since we started working in the dairy industry, we mostly prefer working with the right people, and always try to find the right people who can support you, and you can work confidently work with each other together and respect each other. That was the main thing. And definitely the scale was the main thing. Like, we want to grow and we like working hard, and getting a fair bit of a scale. Like, we even tried to get into equity ownership earlier before moving to Canterbury, but we want the scale where we can just grow. And but it wasn't not too many opportunities where we were in North Holland, like in Paetu, very small farms. And luckily our bank manager put us in contact with Richard and Prissy, and where the scale is. So yeah, that's how the scale was the main thing.
Yeah. And so it's been actually a really neat success story, that relationship, right? I'm going to come to you, Manu, on this one, in the sense that you've taken on the share milking job on their property, and then that relationship then kind of gave the opening for the next step, which was the pathway into your first farm. So, do you want to sort of talk us through that sort of final part of the journey to purchasing a farm?
Yep. So, I mean, for us, me and Sumit, the most important thing for us, if you're working for someone, farm owner, it's our relationship with the farm owner. So we really want to maintain a really good relationship with with the farm owners. We know, because for us, our thinking is that they owns the farm, so we have to run farm according to what they want. If we have to change ourselves, we are happy to change ourselves. We're happy to take challenge, but we really respect the farm owners, and that's the, I think, mutual. I mean, even if we are respecting the farm owner's land and respecting him, they give you back. So, I mean, we came here in 2022, and we took the share milking. So farmer knows we work hard. We're working hard. We are always respect the land and cows. So after completing our 3 years, so he knows we had a meeting with the farm owners, and we said we want to grow and we want to buy our farm. So he said, okay, yeah, not just yet. That's the option for you. If you want to leave us, if you want to work on the share milking job, I'm happy to sign for another 20 years. But if you want to look for another farm ownership, so yeah, just go and look for the right farm. And if you need any help with that, yes. So we say, okay, now thank you. And so one day I was talking to Sumit, should we discuss with our current farm owner? So if he help us, we can stay on the share milking job and we can buy a farm together, and slowly we can buy off the farm. So then we say, oh, he might say yes, he might say no, but we sort of better to leave this topic. And one day farm owner call us and saying, I want to have a meeting with you boys. And we went over there and he put an offer. He said, I really want you guys to keep the share milking job. But if you really want to buy the farm, I will help you to buy the farm. Just buy a bigger farm. I will put equity in the farm. And whenever you want, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, or 10 years, if you want to buy me out, I'm happy with you boys. But he said, I really want to. So that's really make us feel us proud. So it's saying, yeah, we are working for the right people. So
Yeah. Nice one.
yeah.
And what a great position, and no doubt a massive, I guess, it's the strength of the two of you, obviously, to have a farm owner that's obviously prepared to back you into that position, and the history and the work ethic that you've obviously brought into the roles that you've had. So what with the farm that you ended up purchasing, what was it that what were you looking for there? In terms of I guess you're still obviously wanting to really grow in the industry. What was the attraction to the farm that you ended up with, and maybe talk us through what that farm actually sort of looks like now?
Yeah, so the farm we bought is 347 hectare. It's very close to Leeston Township. milking 1,250 cows. In the farm, had a big barn where we can hold up to 1,000 cows. It's a freestall barn. So during the winter, the cows going to stay inside while it's wet. So they're happily fed inside, and each cow has their own space to lie down. Like we were looking that sort of farm where we can fully feed the cows, and like we like this sort of system 3 to 5 sort of farm, and this farm is. And we were also looking for something as closer to our share milking job as well. So currently it's about 45 minutes, so we can help each other. Like if Manu need a hand or I need a hand, we're still close to each other and close to the family. Yes. Like we wasn't looking for the top-notch farm when we start hunting the farm. We're just looking for something where we can add the value, and this farm sort of perfectly matches that. Like we still got a fair bit to do with the farm, like in the years.
Yeah, indeed. I think yeah. So probably I think we bought the farm, and it needs a fair bit of work which needs to be done. So since I think now we just started with the whole farm needs regrassing, we are going to refence whole farm, and hopefully after the regrassing and when we done the refence the whole farm, we might have to put a new cow shed over there.
Yes.
So that's the plan with the farm.
You've got an interesting feature. I spotted that earlier about the 53-a-side herringbone. It's not something you see very often. So
it's
it's
twin pairs. The reason they put it there because the earlier the farm owner had only 29 aside, and he can't afford to build a completely new cow shed, and he can't stop milking because of he was milking supplying Fonterra through a winter milk contract. The only option they had is to put one aside. So that's how it all becomes.
Yeah. So really, I guess, interesting and fast, quite a fast journey to farm ownership. Just sort of reflecting back over those 14, 15 years, were there any kind of standout challenges along the way? Like one I often hear is, with share milking, you've got a good cash flow business, but you're rapidly trying to get equity, grow that equity base to be able to get to a sort of critical number that you can get to buy a farm. Were there any sort of challenges at any stages along the way that kind of stand out, or was it reasonably plain sailing?
I mean, for us, it's been we are very lucky. We haven't seen the really low milk payout here, $3.80. So we were very very lucky because at that time we were contract milking, so payout doesn't affect our business. So after so we always talk. I talk with Sumit, and we always talk. We have been very lucky. We haven't seen those under $5 or under $6 payout here.
Yes.
Yeah, with that. So yeah.
Yeah. And with the equity, it's like, sorry, it's more about us. Like Richard used to, it's not about just making a budget. It's more about just following the budget and just be disciplined. Like we make a budget and just stick to it and follow it, and that's to make a profitable business. It's just be disciplined. Just no over expenditures and all those off expenses. Just follow the budget, and you should be all right on the right path.
Yeah. Have you got any, just while we're on budget, because I did spot that in your notes sent through earlier, that budgeting and monitoring was kind of a key strength. Are there any little tips you have in terms of the development of your budgets? Do you do a bit of sensitivity? Do you set sort of perhaps slightly lower thresholds around milk price, or have you got any little handy tips that you could share around your budgeting and monitoring?
Before investing anything or spending anything, always love to do sensitivity analysis. So we always think if you're going to spend $1, what return we will get it from, and so if you got a $1, so what is the best option where we can spend it? We can spend it on feed pad or feed or animal health. So we always do lots of options put ahead us, and we always discuss with each other, with the farm owner, and we see So and other main thing is just the wasting, just minimizing wasting on the farm. So especially if you are doing feed pad or figuring out how you can minimize the wastage. So because
Yeah.
that's if you're doing any wastage, that's the profit. That's you are losing money. So
Yeah. So just those real efficiency opportunities, making sure that extracting all of those. Yeah. I'm going to probably ask the question, maybe a similar question in a slightly different way, but how do you stay motivated, or how did you, were there times where you went, oh man, the whole the gap to farm ownership seems quite large, were there periods where you went, wow, is this still achievable, or were you fully motivated all the way, and how did you stay motivated?
Like we often talk like we can still repeat this. If we should start with nothing, New Zealand is a country of opportunity, especially in the dairy sector. If like we often talk, if we start with nothing as today, we can repeat this the whole process even in 10 to 12 years time. So there are opportunities there today, as in you just has to be ready to work hard and find the right people to work with and be the right people to work for someone. So this the only key, as just focus on one thing and just give it some time. And it took us about 12, 13 years to get up to here. And it's still possible. And what keeps us motivated is the getting out every day and looking at the farm and the cows smoking well. That's what keeps us motivated. When you go to the cow shed, when you see the milk dripping out of the teats, that's what keeps us motivated. Yeah, happy cows.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and you got anything to add to that, Manu?
Yeah, I mean, happy cows and happy environment. If you see your staff, they are smiling at you, you feel happy. Yep, everything is going fine. So yeah, happy cows, happy land, happy staff. Yes, just working environment.
Yeah. Nice. It's actually really nice to hear some of your point there around if you started this thing over again, because it's a comment that I hear from time to time that the farm ownership opportunities out of reach, but it's nice to hear you say, look, actually, if we applied ourselves in a similar way, starting from scratch today, you could still achieve the same outcome in the dairy industry, which is super encouraging, and hopefully people pick up on that. I kind of want to just get to a bit of a wrap, really, and it's always nice to, I guess, finish with maybe a piece of advice that you might have. I picked up one or two just during this conversation, but is there something that you would kind of offer out there as a piece of advice for someone who was starting that journey? Now, Manu, I'll come to you first on this one.
I mean, first thing I will advise, just build a relationship with your farm owner or employer. Just make a well-maintained, just respect them and they respect you, and just try to build the relationship, how you can improve your relationship with the farm owners, and always discuss better communication with the farm owners. And if you want to grow, just what you want to see yourself in 5 years or 10 years time, just always discuss with your farm owners. Or so you can just say if there's an opportunity in the business, or just look for the advice, just think they are your mentor. So building a relationship, the most important things for us.
Yeah, beautiful. Sumit, anything from you, thoughts from you about pieces of advice?
Yeah, especially to the young people that have just started their journey, just look for the long-term goal, not for the very short term. Like I know a few guys that just started and they just gave up on time. This thing is too hard. Like every day is not the same day. Just set up a goal and have a good mentors who can guide you in the well directions. And the dairy industry itself has a lot to offer. If you give a few years, and there is a lot in the industry, and you will never stop. Just giving it some time, just set up your goals for the long term and just work toward it, and you'll be well worth it.
Yeah, I think one of the other points you made early in your notes was about staying persistent. I think that was which possibly speaks to your point there, Sumit. Just keep chipping away. I think the other point that you guys have made to me before is that small things matter. So I don't know, Sumit, do you want to expand on that point?
Yeah, especially like the relationship with the farm owners, like for example, when we were in Pahetua, like we have a farm owner that he wants to farm in a bit of a different way than we used to. Like we just change ourselves. Like even even as a day-to-day basis, if someone wants like the farm owner wants something done differently, just do it. It's small things, but this will build your respect with each other, and that it will all get noticed by someone, like especially the farm owners, and you will get back from it. As just little things you're doing, everything just keep doing, just think about the both side of it, and it will matter one day.
Yeah. And look, that's a really good it's a great point. You know, I've heard it said before from another share milker on his pathway to farm ownership, you know, and actually just doing those extra things that they do get noticed. You know, farmers talk, the community's small, and opportunities will open up a little further down the track if you just go that extra mile or take that extra step. Hey, look, I think that's a great area or a great way to wrap up. I think you've kind of summarised up a couple of nice sort of takeaways from this chat. So, look, really appreciate your time online. It's a great story. I love hearing them, and it's super exciting to hear that you know, you think that the same opportunity exists today as it did for you guys, you know, 13 or 14 years ago. So, you know, hopefully that's a motivator for others that are tuning in and listening. So again, want to thank both of you for your time, and wish you all the success with continuing to develop the farm. I'm sure it's gonna turn into something special in the future. So look forward to keeping a watch on that. And so just want to wrap up as a final thank you again to our sponsors and supporters of Smash. Like I said in the opening, we can't run these events either in person or online without them. So please just recognise them where you can. And thanks once again, guys, for joining us for this chat. It's been great to have you online. Cheers.
No, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.